What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're gonna be talking about promoting one of the sites that we started as a case study in one of the previous videos. And so I'm gonna show you a method that you can promote that site in order to get traffic very quickly. And this particular traffic method is gonna be perfect for what we're about to do. All right, so if you remember, we actually started working on a site like a week ago or something like that. And the idea of the site is that it's about the situation that's happening right now. And so this is kind of with the whole, the whole thing, the whole quarantine thing that's happening right now. And the idea of the site is that it's called Stuck and Happy, and it's learn stuff, get paid, stay sane, right? And basically we're talking about three categories of things that we're going to be promoting. And in particular, it's going to be stuff that you can learn, stuff that you can make money, and then stuff that, you can basically get entertainment and stay comfortable with the whole, crazy situation that's happening right now. And the idea of the site is that we have a bunch of articles, we have lists, we have comparisons, we have review articles. And what we're basically doing is promoting different CPA marketing offers. You can pretty much promote anything you want, but we made it the focus to promote CPA marketing offers on the site so that, you can get a nice commission. And here's the nice diagram for the site. We basically set up a website, domain, hosting, and then we have content, articles, and posts. And this site is going to get traffic through a variety of different methods, right? There's going to be Facebook traffic, we can send Bing traffic, Google traffic, all kinds of things. And so you can promote it any way you want, right? There's an unlimited ways of you can basically be promoting the site. Doesn't really matter. And so we are gonna do these other traffic methods in a later video, but today I want to focus on Google traffic, right? And this is going to be an important video because we're not going to be sending just any Google traffic, right? We're going to be sending something called commercial and transactional traffic. We're not going to be sending informational traffic. And so just so that you understand, this is very important to understand, and kind of like why we're doing this particular video right now, is that, you have informational queries, and these queries surround a type of problem, a type of, I want to learn how to ride a bike, right? This is informational. Commercial is where you're getting into products and services. Okay, I want to buy this Cannondale bike, or I want to buy this other, 24 speed, bike versus this other, 18 speed bike, or whatever they are. And then you have transactional, and that's where you're looking to buy something, right? You're looking to buy something. We are going to be kind of touching on transactionals, but I really like to call what we're doing is commercial, because they haven't yet decided to buy something. And another thing is that since we're doing affiliate marketing, we cannot really do transactional stuff because we're not selling the product directly. Transactional is when, I have an ability to sell you the product, meaning like buy this right now and I sell it to you, okay? And that's good for like e-commerce stuff, right? Commercial is where they're in the decision-making process and they know they want a bike, they know they want a specific brand, a specific model, and we're basically going after, their queries, right? They're kind of here. And that is why we basically created a bunch of reviews articles, right? Review as well as these comparisons. These are examples of commercial type queries, right? People are going to be typing in Treehouse versus Udemy, Treehouse review, Survey Junkie versus Inbox Dollars, right? These are the kinds of people we want to catch, right? We're basically targeting these kinds of people, and that's the key to understanding it all. This, like, we are not really targeting these informational queries where they're basically saying like, okay, how do I learn how to code? These kind of wide open questions, right? It's like with CPA marketing. An example would be something like, what is CPA marketing, right? Versus like, how do I promote, MaxBounty offers? That's more commercial, right? That's more kind of transactional because you're already kind of, you know exactly what's happening, right? And informational is kind of this wide open question where the person doesn't really know what's going on. They're kind of starting their journey. They're looking for a solution to their problem, but they don't know the brands, the specific, the products that are available to solve that problem. They are not at that product stage yet, right? And this is important to understand. And so we're going to be using Google Ads in order to basically promote these articles, and we're going to be bidding on commercial and transactional based keywords. We're not going to be bidding on informational based keywords. Okay, so if I have an article on this page, and I probably would not, and I don't, something like, how to learn how to code, or, why should I learn how to code, or, things like that. You could have articles, but these are not commercial stuff. If somebody gets to this article, they're very close to buying. They're very close to going for a decision, right? And that's kind of what we want to do, right? Treehouse versus Udemy, Treehouse review, Survey Junkie. So we can potentially basically create campaigns around any of these topics. But what I really want to focus on is something like this. Treehouse review, right? We're going to be focusing on something like this. And so we're going to go into, well, first of all, you can basically go into Google here, and you can basically type that in, and you can see what kind of results you get. So let's say I type Treehouse review, right? And, it's a service. Let's see if they're actually products, right? And so you have various organic results, right? You don't have ads, right? You don't have ads. So if we bid on an ad, chances are we're going to be one of the first ones to show up. But this is something very important to understand, is that when you type this query, it really depends where you are in the world. I'm using a VPN to appear as though I'm in the United States, and I'm not seeing any results. So maybe there are, maybe there aren't. We don't really know. You have to use kind of tools for that. But this is a good this is a good test, right? Treehouse tech degree review, Treehouse coding. You can do that. So here's an ad. Learn to code with Treehouse, teamtreehouse.com. And so we don't really know if this is this is probably an official site, right? Teamtreehouse.com. This is not an affiliate, but we can have something like Treehouse review, right? We can basically bid on keyword like that. And that's what we're going to be basically creating a campaign for this, right? And so we're going to go into Google Ads. We're going to click on search campaigns, okay? Because you can create all kinds of campaigns. I'm going to click on new campaign, and we're going to do that. Now, we want to send website traffic for this campaign. We're going to do search. We don't really need to enter the URL, right? You already have a saved, so I don't really need to worry about that. I'm going to just start new, okay? And then we're just going to start this campaign from scratch, right? And so we don't really care about the display network. And Google wants us to kind of click this so that they can, get us to spend more money. But the key here is the search network. We're going to call this a campaign. You can just call it Tree1 or Treehouse1, something like that. Now I'm going to be targeting United States. I always like to start with the United States. And actually, if we go into MaxBounty and you go to this campaign, maybe they only want, this is only valid in the United States, and let's see, it is only valid in the United States. And so if you're going to be sending traffic here and you're going to be having other visitors, yeah, they're going to go on the website, but if they click through, we're not going to get a commission for that. All right, so that's very important to understand. And so we're going to go back. We're only targeting United States, English, and now we have various audiences, right? And you can kind of look at this, right? You can basically, try any kind of query you want, right? And these are going to be people. So you have something like in-market audience and you have affinity audience. In-market are people that are basically in the market to buy a product or service. Affinity audiences are people that have certain interests, right? So in this example, in-market audience is going to be better for us, but I don't really, I can play with this. We can try this out, but really I prefer doing keywords, right? For my idea, I prefer bidding on specific keywords, all right? And so we're going to skip all this. We're going to go to the budget. And let's say we want to spend $10 a day, something simple. We're going to be bidding on clicks in this example because we're not tracking conversions. We have various site link extensions, call out extensions. I'm going to get to that later. So now I want to get to the ad group so we can actually create the ad, okay? And create the proper keywords. And this is where all the magic happens, right? So let's just call it ad group 1. And now we want the keywords, right? Now, so this is very important. When you're doing Google Ads or any kind of search marketing, pay-per-click, when it comes to search, you have to understand the various match types, right? And so you have something like a broad match, phrase match, and an exact match, right? And so what a broad match is, so if I type something like treehouse, that treehouse, the word can appear anywhere in the phrase. It could be even replaced, substituted by another similar phrase. Sometimes Google might even do something like a treehouse, which is something else completely. We don't want to do that, right? So we don't want to do that. We never want to do complete broad match. We can also do a phrase match, which means like, we can have something like this, treehouse review, and we can basically, if this appears in this order, our ad is going to show up, and this is a good strategy. But I typically don't do phrase a lot. What I like to do is something called the modified broad match. So this would be something like, it's going to be treehouse review, and I'm going to put plus signs at the end of the words, right? And this is called a modified broad match. And what this really means is that I want these words to appear, but they can appear in any order. There could be other words inside these, between these words. They could be surrounding these words. Doesn't really matter. All I want is these words, and this gives me flexibility that I want treehouse review, but it also allows me to really, target different phrases, because you have to understand that 15 to 20% of new searches, 15 to 20% of all searches are new. They've never seen by Google before, and that is a good idea for us to really kind of target these. And another thing is that I also want to target keyword exact matches, okay? And these are really people that are really searching exactly for what we want. So if somebody is searching for treehouse review, we want those people, because I'm willing to bid on those people, because they're going to be chances are there's going to be a good chance they're actually looking to read the review and purchase this product. Okay, so that's what you want to do. And so that's what I like to do. This is kind of my strategy. I like to do broad, modified, and exact match, okay? That's kind of what I like to do. And in order for us to kind of structure these keywords in the correct way, we want to use a tool, something called the tool Keyword Toaster, right? And there's a lot of tools that do that. I'm going to show you in a second how it works, right? So if I go to Keywords Toaster, it allows me to create a lot of keywords very, very quickly, right? And basically create different match types for them. So I can just basically input my keywords here and then choose what I want, right? So I don't want broad match, I want broad modified and exact match. And it's basically gonna spit out a combination, a new list. And it simplifies the process considerably. And this is a very good thing. And so let's think of the keywords that we wanna do. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing that, right? The first way is that you can basically enter a related website. So let's search for treehouse, and we want to see, and we actually want treehouse coding, right? Coding, something like that. And now we have treehouse, teamtreehouse.com. We have treehouse versus Udemy, right? We have various sites. And what we want to do is we want to grab one of the top 3 search results, and we want to input it into Google, right? So you basically have to click on it. Then you go into back to Google, and you're going to enter it and click enter. And you're going to see what kind of keyword ideas it basically spits out. And what we're looking for is some kind of, so these are a lot of informational keywords, right? We kind of want, we can target these, right? This is a good idea. We can target this. And really, a good strategy would be something like, you can have multiple ad groups, right? Informational queries, and also these kind of commercial queries. But what I really want is, I in this kind of video, in this presentation, I really want to target these other ones. So I'm going to go back to Google. I'm just going to type treehouse review. Okay, so look at this, treehouse review. Let's do this. Treehouse, great for newbies. So treehouse review is one, right? We're going to go and we're going to put that into our keyword toaster, and it spits out. So we want broad and we want exact. We do not want phrase. Right now we have broad modified and we have an exact match. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Look at this treehouse UX design review, right? I'm gonna try that. We're gonna put this in here as well. Join treehouse. I'm gonna do that too as well. Let's see what else Google gives us. Treehouse review. 200. Yeah, we don't really need that. Let's type that in and let's scroll down, and basically it's giving us more UX, treehouse pricing. So we can do all of this provided that our page where we are redirecting them is giving this information. So on our page, we're going to have the pricing information as well. So we're going to have treehouse pricing also. Treehouse pricing, we can bid for those keywords because we can actually, so we can actually create another ad group where we have pricing information inside the ad group, or, we're just going to create one ad group for the purpose of this tutorial. So we have treehouse pricing. Let's see what else we can do. Treehouse review, treehouse courses. Let's see, treehouse courses, treehouse courses review. Oh, there you go. Treehouse courses review, and we actually have a some other result that shows up. So we're gonna put that in here, and we're gonna do treehouse tech degree. Here's another one, something more specific. I really like that. We're gonna put that in here, and so we have 6 keywords in total. Let's get a little bit team treehouse review. Let's bid on that one. Let's get a little bit more. Maybe start with like 10 keywords. Treehouse Java review, right? And this is kind of what people are typing, right? And the good thing about it is that they may be typing different programming languages. So maybe they're also typing Python review, right? Because somebody wants to learn Python, which is a programming language. Look at that. Team Treehouse review. Do I still recommend them? So this guy is probably an affiliate. These are all probably affiliates if they're smart. They're basically promoting them using YouTube, right? Which is another method. Treehouse Bootcamp. Let's see that. Treehouse Bootcamp review. Does that work? Treehouse reviews. Treehouse is worth the money. My Treehouse degree experience. So let's try it. Treehouse degree, tech degree review. Okay, so now, just in a couple of minutes, we basically came up with 10 keywords, right? And this thing basically converted them into 20 keywords, okay? And now we have a combination of broad modified, which gives us the flexibility, but also allows us to target the kind of people that we need, because this is treehouse review, UX design review, but also allows us the flexibility to also target people that type slightly different phrases and that otherwise we would not really reach, right? And this is and for exact match, these are the people that exactly are typing what we want, right? So we go back to our campaign, we type all of this in, and now, basically Google is giving us kind of the rates, low traffic expected, and now we have all this. Now, we don't really care about kind of a lot of these estimates are not like very, very accurate. Even if we have low traffic, this is highly targeted traffic. So, it doesn't really matter what Google really says. And so we're going to create this one ad group. We're going to click on save and continue. We're going to actually create the ads right now. And I'm going to show you the entire process that you can do it. So it works really well. Now we have the final URL. Now the beautiful thing about this is that the final URL is very legit, right? It's actually Treehouse Review. Remember, this is much better, in my opinion, than to redirect to directly. You don't want to, direct link to a Treehouse MaxBounty link or even a landing page. It's just, not the best strategy. But a regular blog article is perfect, right? It's absolutely perfect. So we're going to go back to Google. We're going to type this. Let's see, what does Google tell us? To ensure, okay, this needs to be in SSL. We're going to do that later. Headline, Treehouse legit. Is Treehouse, we can do this, Treehouse review. Is it a good site? Does it deliver? Does it deliver? So we're a little bit over Treehouse review. So let's go do this. Does it really deliver? And so when you're creating the ad, okay, this is very important, is that you don't want to talk about anything about coding or learn how to code, learn Java, learn this, learn that. You want to get directly to the point because they're looking for a review and we're going to give them a review. Treehouse review, does it really deliver? And then we can have another headline if you'd like, right? Something else. This is a display path. This is how it's going to show up. And so we're going to put something like Treehouse review. Right, and this is actually, we can do that, Treehouse review, or something like that, or Treehouse review, that can work as well. Treehouse review, or actually, this is a display path. This is what they see. It's different from the final URL, and so we can just have Treehouse, okay, and that's it. Or you can even have Treehouse review. Just make it something, that looks a little legit, right? Description, right? Learn whether Treehouse is a great fit. Learn whether Treehouse is a great fit for you or not. And that's it. You want to talk about the description, right? So what I would recommend is when you are basically writing the ad, you want to go in and read and basically do something like this. And look at the top results, right? So for instance, we have here a video, Treehouse. Do I still recommend them? So you don't, that's not going to work for us, right? Let's try Treehouse Tech Review or something like that. And let's see. My Treehouse Tech degree. So is it worth it? So you're looking for articles like this. Is it worth it in 2020, right? This is a really nice one. Simply because people want current information. They do not want old information. They do not want, outdated information, right? They don't really care what happened before. So this is something else. You can do something like that. Is it still worth it? Is Treehouse a great choice in 2020? Something like this, right? And you can type another one, learn here, check out our unbiased review here or something like this, right? And then you can have more kind of options, right? You have the tracking template. You can put like if you're using a tracker, things like that. We're not going to do that. And that's pretty much it. We've done the ad, right? So we can click save and continue. And now we have the ad, we have the campaign, we have the keywords, and that's why it's really simple to do, right? It's really simple to do, and we have the campaign, and that's it. Now you have to click publish, and it's gonna go live. Now we are actually finishing this article. We started working on this article in about a week. We're gonna be done with this article, so we're actually gonna go out and run this campaign. This article doesn't even have affiliate links, and actually. Since if you're going to be interested in doing something similar, what I would recommend is basically having an article. That's what we're going to have. We're going to have an article that's at least 2,000 words, and that's kind of what you want, right? At least 2,000 words, because it's going to look better with Google, and it's going to look better with the visitors that actually are going to come through. And so we have Treehouse Review. You can also promote some Survey Junkie review, right? So if you go to Google, you basically type Survey Junkie review, and I would be surprised if I don't see ads. Survey Junkie review. And so we already have a bunch, and these are all affiliate, right? And there's no ads, right? And you can do the same thing for Survey Junkie. Remember, we're focusing on commercial queries here. And Google may say, okay, and there could be less traffic for these queries, and that's absolutely fine because we're getting targeted visitors basically coming in that already know what they want. We're not getting wishy-washy people that are not sure whether they want Treehouse, whether they want to learn it for free by Googling all day and every day, or they want to actually join the service and things like that. So that is very, very important to understand. All right, guys. So that is all I wanted to cover in this video. It's a very, very versatile way of basically promoting anything you want, especially when we are focusing on commercial traffic. This is something you can't really do with Facebook because Facebook is at the top of the funnel. This is kind of middle towards the end of the funnel. And that is why it's going to be a really, really good idea to do it. All right, guys. So I really hope you've gotten value from this video. Definitely smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.